welcome to week 3 of our anterior hip snapping hip syndrome program, 30 days. Yes. Welcome to day 15 officially. So week 3 is all about moving smoothly. So we are going to start off with day 15 called Control the Lift. In this week, we're going to be focusing on our eccentric hip strength. We're going to be focusing on controlled mobility, and we're going to be focusing on balance movement. Sorry, my brain's going on a little bit of a hiatus here. So we want balanced movement through both flexion and extension. We don't want to have movement in one direction because then it's obviously not balanced. Mobility is just as important as flexibility. And a lot of people focus a lot on contraction when it comes to an exercise, but that eccentric opening is where a lot of magic also lies. So we want to also focus on that today. So these exercises are going to be a bit more challenging, as they should be going into week 3. But again, go back to week 2, do those videos again until you've got the strength to jump into week 3. Alrighty, so we are going to start off with our 45-degree leg raises. I'm going to get us to do it with both legs straight today because it does make it more challenging. So you're going to lay on your back. You're going to have your pelvis in neutral, those ribs connected. The legs are roughly fist distance apart. And I want you to flex your toes. So we're not only going to be creating a tension in a lifting, we want to be creating tension and a lengthening while we're lifting as well. We're going to alternate between the hips. We want to watch that rocking of side to side movement. So we're going to start with the right leg. I want you to lengthen and press the left leg down lightly into the mat, arms down to the sides. Inhale, and exhale, start raising that right leg up just to that 45-degree angle. Now as you inhale to lower down, take note of if your pelvis corrects its position. If it has, you know which way you tilted and you can correct it on the next side. We're going to inhale and exhale. Lengthen through the left heel. That right leg is lightly pushing down. That lengthening is important. You're rising 45 degrees and inhale to lower down. My leg is shaking and it's the first rep. Okay, so I can feel I have slight tilting. Now being in the straight-legged position with both legs is making it more challenging. But we're moving slow, so we get that feedback soon enough to course correct as much as possible. We've got to build. So, left leg lightly pressing down, inhale, exhale, lengthen through that right heel, raising that leg up. You want to also lengthen through the left leg, it's not just the right leg. And then inhale to lower down. I find the moment I lengthen through that left leg, it really corrects that wobble from side to side for me. So, let's inhale, exhale, lengthen through the left heel as you're lifting, and then lengthen through the right leg to keep that right hip in position, and inhaling down. Always remembering to still correct those ribs. Okay, we're going to go 2 more each way, and exhale, lengthening, lifting. Both legs are reaching away from you, and inhale to lower down. And both legs reaching away and exhaling to lift up. And lowering down. And 1 more each side. We use the exhale on the rise to engage that core. And exhale to lengthen and rise. Now I'm paranoid that I haven't hit the record button, so I need to just double check from that last video. Yes, I am. Okay, great. All right. Paranoia disappeared. So we're now going to come into our pelvic curl position. Bend the knees roughly fist distance apart, neutral pelvis, ribs connected. We're going to do a pelvic curl. We're then going to lift the right leg, straighten it. We're going to lower it down and lift it up again. This is a very loaded variation, so please stick with what's currently a challenge before moving on to an even more challenging challenge. So, from here, exhale, scoop navel in using the abs, then get the legs and glutes involved to tuck deeper, rising up softly, reaching the knees forward, eyes to the thighs. Well, parallel with the thighs. Keep pressure on the inside of your left foot. Right rib cage trying to pull into the left hip and lift that right leg up to tabletop. Then extend it up to the ceiling, pointing that toe. Take a look-see at those hips. Are there any corrections you need to do? And then from there, inhale, lowering, keep the tuck in the tailbone. Flex the ankle. Exhale, control to lift. We're just doing 2 more. Point, inhale to lower without arching. Flex, exhale to lift. Keep that inner left thigh pressure and point the toe. Lengthen that right leg. Keep the tuck. Flex the ankle. Lift up. Bend the knee to 90. Lower that foot back down. And then exhale to roll down through the spine. Whew. Okay. Behind that left leg was working like fire. So I even still had some instabilities taking place in my body. And that's also why I kept it down to 3 reps. The body's already struggling. We don't need to load even more onto that struggle. But it's just showing me that I still have some work to do within my own body. All right, let's go to the other side. Again, one side can very much be easier than the other. So arms down. Exhale, scooping, tucking, rising up. Pressure on the inside of the right foot. Left rib pulling towards the right hip. And exhale, lift that left leg up. Inhale, straight, tall leg. Point the toes, you inhale down, keeping that spine the same position. Flex the ankle. Exhale to rise. Point, inhale to lower. I'm so much more stable this side. Exhale to rise. And last one, pointing, inhaling to lower. Flex, exhale up. Inhale, bend the leg to 90. Place the foot back down. Woo! And exhale. Roll back down onto the mat. Guys, if you take those exercises slowly, they are absolute killers. I'm out of breath. Okay, we're going to move into our side kicks. Now I'm bringing them in with a bit of an assistant because it's the first time we're doing them. And it's quite a complex movement for that hip. So we want to be laying with a straight arm. Arm in line with shoulder. Shoulder in line with ribs. Ribs in line with hip. Right leg straight and in line. Your left leg is bent at 90 degrees, so the knee is directly in line with the hip. Hip is bent at 90, knee bent at 90. Okay. We're doing that lengthening. Ribs in, pull the abs under. Now point your right leg, right toe. Inhale to take the straight leg back behind you, only as far as possible without rocking forward or arching that lower back. May not be very large range, that's fine. Feel that glute squeeze, keep lengthening, straight leg. Flex your ankle, exhale, hinge that leg forward from the hip. Now what often happens is people will dip the hip back and in to gain range. Stability versus range of motion. So focus on those hips. As you bring the leg forward, reach the hip even more away from the ribs to help keep it stacked. You may not have as much range as me, that's perfect. You are working within your range, prioritizing the stability. Point the toe, inhale, take the leg back. Now have a very slight tuck of the tailbone, just to give you a bit more of that lower ab activation, glute activation, and allowing that range. Flex the ankle, exhale forward, hip is reaching down and away, staying stacked, pointing. Inhaling back, and I'm realizing my toes are getting cut out of the screen. It's okay. You can see when the ankle needs to flex. Exhale forward. Keep that knee straight. It's very easy to get a little lazy and softly bend. Point that toe. Lengthen. Feel like you're trying to gently push out the back of the knee. Slight tuck of the tailbone. And last exhale forward. Controlled and slow is killer. Point your toe, bring the leg back in line, bend the leg lower down. Okay, so we're really challenging that pelvic control now with all these different loaded positions and less stable positions as well. Okay, so laying down, gain straight arm into line with shoulders, into line with hip, right knee in line with your hip. Shin parallel to the edge of the mat. Left leg long and straight. Point the toe. Inhale, take the straight leg behind you. Slight tuck of that tailbone. Feel the glute intensely activate. Flex the ankle. Bring that leg forward. Keep that hip lengthening down and away as it's in. Pointing. Inhale back. Keep the ribs active. Lengthening, taking that leg back. Flex and hinge forward. Take your time. When it hurts a lot, we tend to try rush through to hit the target of the number of reps. I would rather you take it slower and achieve less reps, because that work is going to be juicy. And flexing and bringing that leg forward. So this is where we're learning that control of bringing the hip forward into flexion, controlling the lift. We did that also when we were in the bridge position with lifting the leg up. Lovely. And again, we did it laying on our back. So we've done it in multiple different positions because the pelvis needs different activation in different positions to perform the same thing. This is our last rep. Forward and point the toe, take the leg back in line, bend the knee, lower down. And voila, guys, that is day 1 of week 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Things are starting to get a little bit more complex, explanations getting a little bit more in depth, just to try and help you build an understanding of why we're doing what we're doing, and yeah, empowering you. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. Leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you.